call this meeting to order for Monday, August 27th, 2012, Cullman City Council. First, we'll have our invocation. Chief Culpepper, if you could give that to us, we appreciate it.
Let us pray. Our Father in heaven, thank you for allowing us to be here today. Help us to count our many blessings here in this great community that we live in, and also we pray for our friends and neighbors down on the Gulf, and we pray that this storm coming in will be less than expected, and that the damage and any potential ramifications of that storm will be under your guidance. In your name we pray. Amen.
Thank you, Chief. Roll call, Mr. West.
Mayor Max A. Townsend.
Here.
Councilmember Andy Page.
Here.
Councilmember Johnny Cook.
Here.
Council President Garland Guthrie Jr.
Here.
President Pro Tem Jenny Folsom.
Here.
Councilmember Glenn Hollingsworth.
Here. Next on the agenda is reading of the minutes. I want to approve those. What is the pleasure of the council for the minutes of August 13th?
Mr. President, I'll make a motion that we suspend the rules.
Have a motion and a second. Please call the council, Mr. West.
Councilmember Andy Page. Aye. Councilmember Johnny Cook.
Aye.
Council President Garland Guthrie Jr.
Aye.
President Pro Tem Jenny Folsom.
Aye.
Councilmember Glenn Hollingsworth.
Aye.
Now, at this time, we'll entertain a motion to approve those minutes from August 13th, 2012. What is the pleasure of the council?
Mr. President, I'll make a motion we approve the minutes as written.
Have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Having none, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? That carries. Next on the agenda is additions and deletions to the agenda. Is there any tonight?
Mr. President, I would like to add number 7 under Roman numeral 8, which is a request from the Water Waste Treatment Plant Superintendent Jeff Adams to purchase an oven for the layout from the Fisher Scientific in a budgeted amount of $2,300.
That's in the form of a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? That has been added to the agenda. Any other additions or deletions?
Mr. President, I'd like to add number 5 under Roman numeral 9, resolution 2012-131, to approve a grant agreement with the Federal Aviation Administration to rehabilitate apron and taxiway at Cullman Regional Airport. That's a motion.
That is a motion. We have a second.
Second.
Any further discussion? Having none, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? That has also been added to the agenda. Any other additions or deletions?
Yes, Mr. President, I'd like to add number 6 under Roman numeral 9, resolution 2012-132 to authorize AT&T to solicit in the city limits of Cullman.
All right, that's in the form of a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
Any further discussion? Having none, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? That has been added to the agenda also. Any other additions or deletions?
One more, Mr. President.
All right.
I add number 7, under Roman numeral 9, resolution 2012-133, call a special meeting, a special Cullman City Council meeting on September 4, 2012, 11:30 a.m.
That's in the form of a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
Any further discussion? Having none, all in favor of adding that to the agenda, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? It has also been added. Any other additions or deletions? Having none, we'll move to our standing reports. Our reports of our standing committees. Police Committee, Councilmember Andy Page. And Mr. Page, if you'll give me 1 second, I do want to ask a question of the chief, and I guess really the mayor. Do you, while you give this report, I want to make sure I ask something at the end of it.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Chief Culpepper, can you give us a report on the hurricane preparedness?
Yes, sir. The state of Alabama has 7 regional mutual aid law enforcement teams. Cullman County and the law enforcement agencies in it are part of Region 6, the 10 northeast counties in Alabama. Region 6 and officers from Cullman City, Cullman County, and Hansville have deployed on every hurricane since Katrina. We have been placed on alert, and we have our officers ready. We had a meeting yesterday with all 3 of these agencies and our EMA representatives. Went over our pre-planning and our stockpiling of equipment and supplies, and so if we're called, then we're ready to go.
Have we talked about money / overtime? Depends on how bad the storm is, I know, but at the same time, is there a budgeted line item that we need to be prepared and add extra money in there for that?
Well, possibly, until we find out what the mission is and how severe the damage is, we won't really know whether we're actually gonna be called or what the duration would be.
Okay. Thanks, Chief.
Is there usually, Mr. President?
Yes, sir.
Is there usually FEMA funds available?
Eventually, normally what we do, we cover the cost, and then we turn around and we submit our bill to the state, and then the state will either pay it if it's a state call out. If we're called as a statewide mutual aid, which has happened in the past during Katrina and Gustav, and we go to Louisiana or Mississippi, then we bill them, and then eventually we will be reimbursed.
Okay.
Now, there is some lag time on that.
Yeah, we'll be out the cash flow up front until we get reimbursed.
Yes, sir.
Makes sense. Chief Reinhardt, Fire Committee, is there anything we need to go over?
We don't have no report.
Okay. Sanitation Committee, Councilmember Johnny Cook.
No report.
Street Committee, Councilmember Clint Hollingsworth.
No report.
Finance Committee, Councilmember Jenny Folsom.
No report.
Next on the agenda is a report from our mayor, Mayor Max A. Townsend.
Thank you, Mr. President. I would just, make this reminder that tomorrow is election day in the city of Cullman. Be sure to get out and vote, and it won't take you long. There's only one slot on the ballot, so you can be in and out in 30 seconds. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, Mayor. Next on the agenda is comments from anyone that is not on the agenda. I know we have one out there, Stuart Goldsby, if you'd like to come forward and state your name and instead of address and title, so everybody make sure.
Stuart Goldsby, I'm Assistant Supervisor under Law Enforcement and North Alabama Hunter Education Coordinator for the Division of Wildlife Freshwater Fisheries. I appreciate once again giving me a moment of time. I wanted to personally and publicly and on behalf of the division, thank you again for the permit for this year's youth dove hunt that we have done annually. Of course, the tornado got us last year and we weren't able to hold it, so I wasn't in front of you last year to thank you, but I do want to thank you again for this year's permit that you approved at your last meeting. I also wanted to thank, on behalf of the division and myself, Mayor Townsend and especially John Hunt and his staff on the strides that we've taken in the community archery strategy that we've done here in Cullman. I know that you don't hear a lot about it. I understand that. You don't read the trade magazines that I read or talk to the people that I talk to, but you do need to be kept abreast and understand that Cullman is still under the very watchful eye of not just the country, but the entire world. There are a lot of people who continue to look at Cullman's archery strategy and the success that we've had just in 4 or 5 years of actually going from zero to hosting a national event such as the ASA. I will tell you, I don't know if John will give you any figures or not, but as far as Mike is concerned, this particular event was one of the best classics that they've ever had and hosted here in Cullman. 1,375 archers participated in the event from worldwide. We had people from Australia, from European countries, and of course from California and New York. So, and by all accounts, hugely successful. I know that I didn't get to participate in the downtown merchant events that evening. I had a Governor's Conservation Awards banquet in Prattville to attend that evening, but I understand by all accounts it was also a great success. Lots of people turned out for it, and just again on behalf of myself personally and for the division, of course, we thank the city of Cullman for participating in this strategy. And again, just so you understand, we are still being watched nationwide by what's happening in this strategy. With the schools, with the churches, with the park and rec programming, all entities involved. The retailers being successful at it, that's what everybody's looking at. And we continue to grow on that. I know John has just recently put a new programmer on board that's going to do a great job, Anthony will do a fantastic job of working with kids and seniors. And we're gonna continue to grow on these programs, because each one will feed on itself. Each one will continue to grow each individual program. And again, I thank y'all for your time, and thank you for participating in this community archery strategy with us.
Thank you. I'd like to say something we all know. It's due to the leadership and vision of John Hunt and his department.
Yes, that's a huge part of it, it certainly is.
Any confirmation of what you're saying, I believe, John, you might want to elaborate on this just for a second, but didn't they ask to come back?
In front of 2,000 people, they asked us if, could they come back next year and the following year, so.
Yeah.
We're very blessed to be able to host this
Mr. President,
the next 2 years.
two,
Next 2 years, and then hopefully continue after
Yeah,
that.
2 years confirmed, and of course, you know, there's no reason for them not to come back after that. Again, they were extremely, excited about being able to come back, really. And I don't know if y'all saw it, but the mayor actually hit the target on camera. About 3 minutes worth of
I had a good coach. Good coach right here. But I was out there and I saw them working, and man, they were, John Hunt and his staff, live, and Stuart was out there, and he did get his practice.
But again, I want to apologize for not being here for your last meeting, and do thank you for the permit review, Cullman, and participation in the community archery strategy. Thank you.
Thanks for being here, Stu. Good to see you come in. Mr. Hunt, congratulations also for you and your department. Anyone else that is not on the agenda that would like to speak? All right, moving on into the agenda. Petitions, applications, complaints, bills, and communications. Number 1 is a request from Elaine Krebs. Pull that up. There we go. From Christ Lutheran Church, would appreciate the approval of closing the above street, which is from closing 5th Street Southeast between 2nd and 3rd Avenue Southeast for Oktoberfest celebrations. This is Friday, October 12th, 2012. Again, for the annual Oktoberfest celebration from the hours of 5 a.m. to 7 p.m. Chief, thumbs up, Mayor. What's the pleasure of council?
Second.
Have a motion, multiple seconds. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? That's been approved. Number 2 on the agenda is a request from Mr. Mark Adderall of the Cullman's Lions Club to hold the annual parade on Saturday, September 15th, 2012 at 2 p.m., starting at the intersection of 31 and 7th Street Southwest and finishing at the North Shopping Center. This is an annual event. Chief, thumbs up and head shake, yes. Mayor?
Yes.
All right.
Motion to approve.
Motion to approve. We have a second. Any further discussion? Having none, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries also. Number 3 is a request from Krista. Thank you. The Rural Premier Productions to hold annual youth week on Saturday, October 6th, 2012 at the Cullman County Fairgrounds. Again, Chief.
We have a representative here too.
Please come forward, state your name and address for us, please, sir. I take it you're not Krista, so you give us your name and address.
Greg Graves.
What's that?
Greg Graves,
Okay.
1612 Hartwood Lane, here in Cullman. Yeah, it's time again for youth play. Always been a success, we've been doing good. Last 4 years have been phenomenal. And what we're requesting is the noise permits. We're gonna have to load in on the Friday, October the 5th. And so we'll need noise permit from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. And then also we'll need noise permit for 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. on Saturday, the actual event. The event, the gates will open at noon, and then we'll try to wrap up and have everything out by midnight, but everything will be 10 o'clock, should be quiet, you know, just low down. Hasn't been so far, had crowds of 12 to 15,000, and everything worked out great. Thanks to Chief Culpepper and our police officer for getting out, helping us get people out on the road, keep things from backing up. Coming in, we don't have a problem because everybody comes in a little bit at a time. Going out, we have a great plan and everything works out wonderful.
Chief, thumbs up, Chief Cullman, Reinhardt. The only thing that I know that the council is always worried about is the complaints over there. That music echoes. I know the mayor gets all the calls on that. So Chief Culpepper, help us out on that whenever they come in anyway. Any questions from the council? We'll do discussion first.
It's like 10 years, 12 years, how long has this been going?
This is the 11th.
11 years, I thought it's been a while, so.
And how large was the crowd last year, Mr. Gray?
Last year was, we estimated, because we're not taking an exact count, but we estimated at 14,000.
Which way would the stage be facing?
The stage will actually be on the north end facing south.
Shane started this thing, I think it's maybe 1,000 or two the first year, and it's just grown, it's unbelievable, so it's always gone well.
Make a motion to approve the request.
Second.
A motion to approve, a second. Any further discussion, which is again, this is one that's right next to those houses, so if the chief comes up, we will make you turn it off. We want this to go on. We're proud of the event. I'm glad it's here, and we continue to promote this any way we can. But, help us with that, okay? Any other discussion? We have a motion, we have a second. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? That has been also approved. Mr. Graves, thank you for being here. Yes, sir. Number 4 on the agenda is a request from the Water and Sewer Superintendent, Mr. Chris Freeman, to go out to bids on various sizes of water meters to restock inventory. It's a pleasure of the council to go out to.
Move to approve.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? None, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? That is approved. Number 5 on the agenda is a request from Fire Chief, Mr. Edward Reinhardt, to purchase a RAD 57 SB code meter from, I'm not going to say out, budgeted amount of $4,544. Says they're down here. No, it's a budgeted amount, medical supplies. What was the,
Motion to approve.
Second.
we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Having none, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Number 6 is a request from Police Chief Kenny Culpepper to purchase 2 Pro Laser radar units from Custom Signals Incorporated in the budgeted amount of $6,468. Again, this is a budgeted item. What's the pleasure of the council?
Motion approved.
Second.
Motion to approve and a second. Any further discussion? Having none, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? That carries. We've added number 7 on the agenda tonight, which is a request from Mr. Jeff Adams of the wastewater treatment plant to purchase an oven for the lab there from Fisher Scientific in the budgeted amount of $2,300. Again, this is a budgeted amount. What is the pleasure of the council?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion to approve and a second. Any further discussion? Having none, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. On to the agenda resolutions, ordinances, orders, and other business. Number 1 is Resolution 2012-128. That is to award a bid for an auger boring machine for the water department from Vermeer Southeast, the lowest responsible bidder, in the budgeted amount of $7,500. They are out of Orlando, Florida. What is the pleasure of the council in adopting this resolution?
I make a motion to adopt this resolution.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor of adopting, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Number 2 is Resolution 2012-129 to award the bid for 2012 police sedan for the police department to Mitch Smith Chevrolet, the lowest responsible bidder, and a budgeted amount of $26,990 on responsible bidder. What is the pleasure of the council in adopting this resolution?
Motion to adopt.
Second.
Motion to adopt. I have a second. Any further discussion? Having none, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? It has been adopted. Number 3 on the agenda, Resolution 2012-130, is to make an application with the state of Alabama for an industrial access road and bridge grant. It's not on. I think we've talked about this in the past. What is the pleasure of the council in forming this application? Adopting this.
Motion to adopt.
Motion to adopt. We have a second. Any further discussion? Having none, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Number 4 is board appointments. Do we have any board appointments tonight? Having none, we'll move to number 5, which has been added to the agenda, Resolution 2012-131. It is to approve a grant agreement with the FAA to rehabilitate the apron and taxiway at the Cullman Regional Airport. What is the pleasure of the council on this resolution?
Motion to adopt, Mr. President.
A motion to adopt.
Second.
And then we have a second. Any further discussion? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? And it is adopted. Number 6 has also been added to the agenda tonight. Resolution 2012-132 is to authorize AT&T to solicit in the city limits of Cullman under the current license agreement. Mr. Roy, it will say this is for a 30-day period. Is that correct?
I believe that's right, until October, third.
Until October 3rd, okay. What's the pleasure of the council in adopting this resolution?
Motion to adopt.
Second.
Motion to adopt in a second. Any further discussion? Having none, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? It has been adopted. Number 7, which we've added to the agenda, 2012-133, is to call a special Cullman City Council meeting for September 4th, 2012 at 11:30 a.m. in the auditorium to canvass election results from the municipal election, which is tomorrow, August 28th. What is the pleasure of the council in adding this?
Motion to adopt, Mr. President.
Second.
We have a motion to adopt and a second. Any further discussion? Besides go vote. Having none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Need a motion to adjourn for, do we need a second?
Second.
We are adjourned.